My yeah, all I do is stay home. Not do too much.
What was that?
My New Year, I just stay home. I don't do too much.
Oh, well, you had an opportunity to come, but you decided to stay. So, you
No,
know,
because my work, I have to work. I worked yesterday, and today's my day off, and I work tomorrow. I work it the next day too. I work it all the time.
so what you work? Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah.
So how come they don't have any work for you? And then when it comes the main holidays, all of a sudden they want you come in and work. That's
Because
not
people
right.
doesn't want to work.
Well,
People is called sick. People don't want to work
so why should you have to go in and work?
because I mean because they need me to work.
No, because you need the money. That's why, not because they need you to work. The other people don't want to go in. Obviously, they don't need the money or they have benefits. So maybe if they call in, they
Yeah,
probably get paid
they get
anyway.
paid for it. Yes, and I stuck into it.
That's too bad. That should be a lesson that says children stay in school and get an education. Otherwise, if you grow old and you don't have anything, you're gonna be sorry.
Yeah, it's true.
That's a lesson
Yeah,
from that.
stay.
Because
That's why I
if you
told my
had if you had a good education certificate, you could tell these people go f themselves. You won't need them. You know,
that's true. That's why I try to tell
you
people.
won't need them.
Yeah, so fuck off. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean it's different when you're a teenager and and you have these kind of jobs where like you're showing up and stuff. But no way. Like this place that opened near me, the new supermarket. They were looking for managers and so forth, and I put in an application. They didn't take me. Then I put in for something else because I have experience in that field. Dealing with fruits, vegetables. And a lady called me, spoke to me, but she wanted me to go work in New Jersey at another place. So I said, no, I'll wait. And then they wrote me back. She said, well, somebody will get back to you. They wrote me, sent me an email saying, you know, that's closed. And however, I could choose something else. And then they had like part-time work. And I said, you know what? I don't want to do that because the other jobs they had before were like full time and you have benefits. Like you can get paid or paid time off. You can get health care, insurance, that kind of stuff. Like the
mm-hmm.
other stuff is part time. That means they call you, they give you these different days. So I didn't pick, and then they wrote me. They wrote me and they said, we noticed you didn't respond by filling out an application for choices like what you want. I never responded to them
Yeah,
because I'm like, F you. I don't really need this. At my at my age right now, I mean I have a career. The only reason I picked it because it's like 2 blocks from where I live. And I could walk over there and I figure, wow, that'd be nice. If I have a job right there, I don't have to take the subway. I don't have to go through, especially when it's snowing, when it's cold. You got to go down the steps in the subway. I can just walk to work. That'd be great. So that's why I picked that. But when you're working part time, it's still good because they give you different days. You have to show up certain times and so forth. And I said, you know what? I'm just gonna deal with what I'm familiar with. And right now, I got an assignment. I'm working from home. This job is like until May. of this year. I'll be working from home, and I'm making more money than I would make if I were working over there in the supermarket. You know, yeah, because the job I'm doing, you really got to know. You know, you have to have the knowledge to do it. You just not anybody can do it. You got to be familiar with medical terminology, different things like that, and so forth. So they pay a lot more money. Yeah, so that would have been good if you had something like a certificate or
Yeah,
whatever. You know,
us too. Yeah.
yeah. And then you could tell these people go F themselves. You know, they're calling you only when they need you, and they're saying, "Oh." And then the thing is, there are people who are working full time there. It's not like there are no people working full time. There are people working full time, but they won't give you full time. You know,
Yeah.
they're giving other people full time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I today I want to drop. I told my housing people that I haven't get any hour. They cut me off, so I don't make any money. So I told them to let my landlord today. I be copy all the my social security check, different thing. They cut off my social security benefit too. You know, so I have to send it to them. So hopefully my rent can go a little bit lower. So.
Yeah. Did you see that link I sent you about Social Security?
Yeah, Donald Trump is me.
Donald Trump changing the rules. He's going to cut back on SSI.
I
Yeah.
heard that. That he did. He do that a lot already.
Well, no, the rule is not in effect as yet, but the rules should be taking place soon. Like certain people, certain ages, or what have you. It become more bureaucratic. You have to like show more proof. You know, show up at the show up at the Social Security office. Uh, Go through a lot more stuff to prove that you really need that money, or that you are who you claim to be, and he's making it like harder for
Yeah,
people. you know, yeah, but see, a lot of people who will be affected are people who vote for him. You know, they vote for him.
but I think when people start getting into Social Security like that, but maybe right now if you're on to Social Security, probably a little bit different. But for me, I on a little bit before already, so it's not gonna be the same. So I think whoever new one, new people that are trying to fight for Social Security right now, yeah. But when you're on Social Security, it's hard to get out, yeah. So,
That's SSI. That's not the regular Social Security that he's
yeah,
messing with. He's messing with SSI.
yeah,
SSI, you can always mess with that because they could check to see, you know, like how you doing, if you're performing, if you're doing better, or so forth.
yeah,
And they could say, okay, uh, we don't really need to give you any money, you
mm,
know. Um, you're doing fine. You can hold a job. It's up to them. It's up to the bureaucrats. You see, and
yep,
if you give the bureaucrats more power to do that, to call that shot, then it's too bad. A lot of people who, have certain disabilities, certain things. Sometimes people have disabilities, but you just can't look at them and see they have a
yeah,
disability.
they do, yeah,
You know,
yeah. Sometimes some people I work with, they sometimes they can't, they don't have work, athlete. They're so slow and take long time to learn process. It's hard for people sometimes, and they don't make enough money. Yeah, they do have to have Social Security.
yeah. Well, in your case, that's a fallback because it's something you can fall back on if you really need it. Then
Hmm.
if you don't have a job, then
Yeah.
it's there. But if they were to take that away from you, forget it. You'll be in serious trouble. Yeah,
If they tell away then,
you'll be
I
in
can't.
trouble. Just
I
don't
can't.
become homeless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Not just me too. People even on social security.
yeah. I remember that couch.
You have to work. Everyone have to work. Can be lazy. Work is good, so you be independent. I like working.
That's the couch you got a massage on
Huh?
when you asked me for massage.
Yeah.
But you know what happened? You know what I noticed about you? Like okay, you got a massage. Massage is not an easy thing to do. You know, it takes like a lot of energy to give somebody a massage. Then you wanted more. You know, oh, can you give me a glass of water? Okay, you get you guys. Oh, could you what was it? Watermelon. Can you bring me a piece of watermelon? Can you scratch my back? Nah, you became too much. You know. Yep. See. So that's how you are. First massage. Uh, could you get me just watermelon? Could you get me water? Could you scratch my back? That's just too much. Nope. Sorry. Imagine me if I were living with somebody like you and have to put up with that. You want this, you want that, you want that. No,
No.
I can't deal with that. You want somebody to scratch your back.
Yep. Sometimes I do, not all the time, but depends.
You want somebody to scratch your back. You want somebody to bring you a glass of water. You want somebody to do this. You want somebody to do that. You'd be better off living by yourself. Then you won't have to irritate anybody.
Yeah, I feel like it. I feel like I'm comfortable in my own skin. I like it. I like to be
You
alone.
like what?
I like to be alone. I do. I like to be alone. I don't
Well,
like.
your attitude shows that you'd be better off alone. You know, there are some people it's nice to be around. You know that there are some people you're around them and they're doing things for you. You know, even though you don't ask them, they do things. Yeah, I met people like that. I've been. I mean, I like to be independent and do things, but yeah, there's some women like that. You know, you spend a little time around them and they want to do things for you. They want to prepare this for you or make a meal for you or do this for you. Yeah.
Every woman
But
needs.
you're the opposite. You want this, you want that, you want that. You're not doing anything for anybody. You just want things constantly. You just stay there and call out, you know. I want this. Can you get me this? Can you bring this? Can you go outside and get this and so forth, you know? Yeah. That's how you are.
I was seeing Japanese exercise.
It'd be very difficult to live with somebody like you.
I do this exercise a lot.
What?
I was in Japanese exercise. They told me to do this like that, like that.
It'd be very difficult. Oh dear. when you came to New York in 2008, that was 11 years ago. You were like, I guess you used to do a lot of exercise. You were in like top shape. I don't know what happened since. What you been eating? I think you've been eating the wrong food.
I love this exercise, Lord. I watch it YouTube. See, they do exercise.
What's that? The new Zumba
Yeah,
exercise? The new Zumba?
milk. I'm watching on YouTube Chinese exercise. It's help my butt look nice.
Chinese exercise.
See, see, help my butt look nice.
Maybe you need to lose weight from your butt.
So, and see, talk like that.
What's up with the Lao Lady? I met some girls from Laos some years ago out in California. I used to chat with and Yahoo. I think it was Yahoo. Yeah, I think it was Yahoo.
I wish they had
Down
Yahoo
in
again.
Long Beach. I was staying at the Queen Mary. There's a Queen Mary out there, the old Queen Mary. They have to be from there, and they came and met me, and we went up to the what's that place called?
People say, people say I had nice ass.
We
For
went up.
Asian girl, I had nice
What's that?
ass. People say I had nice ass for Asian girl.
You call that nice?
Yeah, they say for Asian girl I had nice pussy.
Yeah, we went up to the Getty Museum. Wow, those girls were big. Those were some of the biggest Asian girls I ever seen. It's like, oh my God. I think that happens when they come here in America because I was in Laos 2 years ago. December, I think
Oh really?
huh?
Really?
The woman in Laos are not big because I've been around, went around, go to,
Yeah.
go to some of them.
Kevin,
At
Kevin messaged me
the
said Merry
Hmong the Hmong
Christmas and
people,
Happy
the
New
Hmong
Year.
people, I met them too.
So
They tend to have neat bodies.
Kevin messaged me and said Happy New
Eating
Year.
American Western style food,
So
they gain weight. Those girls were
Kevin messaged
excessively
me.
big.
Kevin messaged me said Happy New Year and Merry
They were
Christmas.
like in the early 20s at the time. Probably
So
like probably like 21 around that. Wow. You from the same country, and I'm sure when you came to America, well, of course you were younger. You didn't you know you didn't look anything like you are now. Oh my God.
Kevin called me, say she texted me, say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
What was that?
Kevin,
Yeah, what about him?
he wished me Happy New Year, Merry Christmas.
Already? He wish you a happy new year. I thought he blocked you.
He did, but he texted my phone.
He still blocked you on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, did you tell him you're gonna be in Maine because you told him you'll be in New York, but that was just a ruse. That was just you know that was just like to make him maybe jealous or so forth. So
No, he
he
doesn't
he he,
jealous.
he should he should be smarter than that and know that you just full of shit. That you ain't coming to New York. You just said that to rile him up, but it backfired on you. You see, you you thought he was like a like one of these regular men who get jealous, that say, "Oh, I'm going to New York. I'm going to go down there meet my friend," so he will get jealous. Some men would, but he's not like that. This is a guy who travels, works in different states, meet different women on social media. He brags to you. He shows you pictures. A woman, beautiful woman. You said you saw pictures. You got so disgusted. He even told you he has sex with these women, and still, you you would assume that a guy like that is going to get mad because you say you're going to New York City, for the New Year. No, a guy like that is not going to get mad. He was just looking for an excuse to get rid of you, and by telling him that you're going to New York, he was just waiting for something like that. You know,
Yeah. That's why my grandma said that too.
he doesn't what?
My grandma said the same thing like that too.
Your grandma said the same thing I said?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, your grandma is an intelligent woman, and not because I mean, I don't want to like toot my own horn, but I don't think I'm a foolish man. And she's an educated woman. I mean, she was like a teacher or something,
Yeah.
professor. She teach, so she knows how to think. She knows how to think. I guess logically. That's how I see myself. I like to see myself, being able to look at things from afar and think it out. You, on the other hand, you don't think like that. You become angry and, you're rush. You do things like quickly that you regret. You see, a guy like him, telling him you're going to New York and you're going to meet somebody else, yeah, that's not going to work with him. Yeah, there are some men that will work with. That's true. You know, some men who like uh some men who never been with other women, and they had, they grew up that way. They don't know how to socialize. They have a hard time meeting another woman. Yeah, there are people like that from certain cultures like that. Like there's a guy I chat with from Iran. He told me that his wife was the first woman he ever met. His girlfriend or whatever. That's it. That's how it is in Iran. You know, that's how it is in Iran. The first woman he ever been with, and that's it. Even though in Iran, technically you could marry other women. According to the Muslim religion, but he only has one wife. And whereas there's a lady in Iran, also a teacher, English teacher, chatted with me years ago. She complained to me about an Iranian man who came to the U.S. He lives in Virginia, and he tells her how he goes to like up to Canada, and he meets these different women, and he has sex with different women, and she got so angry, she's angry and saying, "Oh, what's gonna happen to him, and he's gonna go to hell." And so I said, "Listen, you know, I don't know why this man is telling you that." I said, "Look, I don't think he should be. You as a woman, I don't think he should be telling you all this stuff that he meets all these women and have sex. You know, but at the same time, it doesn't help you by becoming aggravated that he's telling you all this stuff. You know, it's like he's boasting to you what he can do in America that in Iran he probably won't be able to do in Iran. You know, because Iran is so conservative. you you can't even be out with a girl holding hands like that. You know, in Iran, everything is so strict in Iran. You have a girlfriend, you probably have to go. There was there was an article where people have to go up in the mountains and hide away just to be out in public with each other. People who are not even married. That kind of stuff. See? So men like those from those kind of cultures, yeah, that will work with them, because accustomed they're not really accustomed to a woman, being around a lot of women. The guy you were with, he is accustomed to woman. You've been to his home. You found a woman's hair. You found a woman's tongue. You found all this stuff. You threw the tongue in his face. You asked him, what's this? You got angry. You took a walk. You took a walk out there, and he told you, look, this is not like Maine. This is a dangerous place. You can't go walking by yourself. And but the point is, you knew all that about him, and still you want to be with him. That's another thing about women I don't understand. A woman will know a man is no good, and a man has a lot of woman, and they still want to be with him. You know, the man who doesn't have many women, for some reason, women don't want to be with him. They want to be with men who have a whole bunch of women, which sounds kind of crazy, but that's how some women think. Yeah. They want a man who has a lot of experience, who's been around a lot of women. They don't want to have to teach a man how to do things to be with a woman. And if it comes to that, then they probably treat them badly. That's what it comes down to. Yeah. So I guess you were lucky that he called you.
My grandma, my grandma says, today I talked to my grandma said, I can't believe it's still underwear. Those underwear you pick up and thong. My grandma laughed about that.
She can't believe what?
My grandma can't believe that I see the woman thong, pick up the thong, throw at him.
Oh yeah, the town that you saw. She said she can't believe that you saw that.
Saw a woman thong in underneath his
Yeah,
thong.
his place.
My grandma just like, it's funny, but it's not good. And plus, I see women hair weave, black hair weave too, all different color, purple.
Yeah, but yeah, what your grandma should be asking yourself is, okay, you see all these things. So why do you still want to be with a man like that? A man who obviously, is bringing in all these, different women to the house where he lives, and you still want to be with him, but yet he's asking you to be chaste, to be all faithful. Yeah. So you should be chaste. You should be the type of person who is dedicated to him, who is not cheating or doing anything like that, and checking up on you. He's the one who checks in your phone. He checked in your phone. Remember when I sent you a text? He checked in your phone, and he replied to me, and he said something about move on, time to move on, or something like that. you know. So he's that kind of man. He's the kind of man who checks up on a woman. I'm not like that. I've never been like that. You know, never been like that. Yeah. When I was in the Philippines and my girlfriend there, the one years ago I'm talking about in Cebu, when she had her phone, when she's in the shower or something, I never used to go and check her phone, you know. I never used to go and say, oh, what's this? Who's calling us? Who's sending a text or whatever, you know. But yeah, some men like that. They just check everything that a woman
My
who's
grandma
calling
told me.
her and so
My
forth.
grandma told me, do not fall for that man.
She
He
told
doesn't love you.
she said what?
My grandma told me to not fall for that man, Kevin. Forget about him.
Well, you should have forget about him a long time ago. Ever since I was up there in
He's
when was
not.
I there in June
He's
or
not the
July
man.
when I was there in Maine, you know. And the way you treated me was really terrible because I've known you for years, and you always had asked me to come up to Maine, and I always had an excuse. I said Maine is too far, it's remote, I don't want to go there. Then finally I said, okay, I'm going to go up to Maine. I could take my camera, take some videos and so forth. I finally decided, okay, I'm going to go up to Maine. And then when I did finally go up to Maine, you took me out to Acadia, the park, the national park, and that's about it. And Maine has like a lot of stuff during the summer that you could go, and you just disappeared like 24 hours. And you even used to tell me, when you come here, um, I give you my car keys. You can go out, you can drive my car, and so forth, which sounds good. You can drive my car. That was the whole promise you made to me. You said, I'll give you my car keys. You can drive. You can go out places while I'm at work. Fine. You know. Instead, when I went there, you went to work one night. You came back. You left. You left Saturday night, probably as soon as maybe around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. You left. And that was Saturday night into Sunday. I had cooked food. You never returned to eat. You said you were going to come to eat lunch. You never did. So when you did show up, you showed up maybe around after midnight. Okay. After midnight, you showed up, which is more than 24 hours. I had no key, nothing like that. I was like that guy in Stephen King's novel, that movie, Misery. I remember that movie, Misery. Yeah. The only thing you didn't do was do what she did to that man. You didn't do that to me, which was like take a hammer or whatever and hit him on his hands and feet and so forth. You didn't do that to me. But what you did do, you left me locked up in there. I mean, I could have gone out, but then I had no keys to lock your door. And then there's a door outside too to get into the building. Couldn't get in there by myself. So what's the point? It's a good thing I had my laptop with me and I had the Wi-Fi there. You see. So you disappeared. You disappeared like more than 24 hours, and then you showed up later, and because you said with this guy, and I was trying to tell you, look, if you're gonna be with this guy is gonna be around. You can always see this guy some other time. I'm there just one time. This is the first time I'm there. Well, I was there many years ago in Maine before you were even there. But that's a different story. I went there to work. But I was saying you could have just like tell the guy, look, my friend, I know him a long time, 15 years or so forth. He's up here. Let me take him around. But you won't even do that. This guy is so important to you, and that's the problem with some women. Some women will drop everything they have for some man. The man becomes like prince or king or whatever. They drop everything, and then when the man leaves them, they feel deflated because the people they dropped will remember them, you see, and remember how they were treated. You see, so now this man just dropped you. He just kicked you to the curb, like they say. So what do you have left? You see, so that's what you did, and I'm just pointing out what you did, which was really wrong. You could have told the guy, look, you working here, you up here in Maine. I'll see you. I'll catch up with you sometime. But you didn't do that. You just left me there locked up by myself. I had no key, no car, no way to get out, nothing like that, nothing whatsoever. And then to add insult to injury, the next day, even though you saw me, yeah, I'm gonna come 4 o'clock in the morning. I said 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, you said, yeah, the guy is telling me don't drive, it's raining. I said, no, it's not raining. It's dry out there. So okay, you finally showed up at 12 noon, and then you're supposed to take me to the bus depot to catch the bus. And then instead of doing that, you told me, well, I got to do my laundry. I got to go to work. Um, all this nonsense you were talking about. And then you said, how you're going to call a taxi for me. $65 to take me in a taxi, which is crazy. You've been to New York. I don't call a taxi for you. I'll make sure you get to the bus station in the Greyhound when you come to New York. I do that courtesy. I don't say, well, let me call you a taxi and drop you in Manhattan. I don't do that. You know. So I don't know. Maybe that's the way you were brought up. I wasn't brought up that way. I was brought up to be polite to people and to be understanding and to treat people respectfully. Different, maybe different culture. I don't know, but that's the way I was brought up. I couldn't do to you what you did to me. And the only thing that saved me is that you gave the taxi people the wrong time. You gave them the time. I actually got to board the bus instead of leave your place. You see, and then they didn't have any driver, so then you had no choice but to take me. Otherwise, I'll miss the bus. And then, if that wasn't bad enough, you asked me to go check the oil in the car. You see, check the oil for what? You want me to check the oil? I guess you meant the engine oil because there's the engine oil and the transmission oil. that, that I'm familiar with because I used to have cars, so I know. So I guess you were talking about the engine oil. People don't usually check their engine oil to travel 30 minutes. Bangor is like maybe 30, 35 minutes from where you live. That's not far. You check your engine oil if you're going to be traveling, maybe like from Maine to New York City, or maybe even from Maine, maybe to Boston, probably, because that's a good distance. You see, you want to make sure your oil is fine and your engine doesn't seize up on you on the highway. So to check your oil for 35 minute ride, you know, that to me was like harassment, to have me. And I told you, no, I'm not gonna go check your oil. For what? And then you went out there, we got in the car and you checking the oil. You know? No, you tried to open the hood and it wouldn't open. You tried maybe like three, 4 times and it wouldn't open. So that wouldn't work for you, and you finally gave up. And then I actually, that car seat that child seat you have, that baby seat you have in the back of the car. What is that doing there? And you tell me, oh, that's for your son. How old is your son? Your son is 7 years old. 7 years old, and you still have a baby seat in the back of your car. Don't you think that's crazy? You know, those seats are made for babies, like toddlers, not somebody who's 7 years old. So obviously there's a loose screw up there, lady. You know, there's a loose screw because you ain't gonna fit any 7-year-old into that seat. And I know you know that too. So I don't know what the hell you're doing with that seat in the back of your car when you don't have a baby. Because your boy, he's not gonna fit in that. He's too big to fit in there. So what's the point having that in your car, just taking up room when we were trying to put stuff in, put my suitcase in the carry-on I had that I was carrying, the 2 pieces, and then you have all sorts of stuff in the trunk of your car. It reminds me of that TV show Sanford and Son, the father and the son, and he had all kinds of junk in his garage, you know? Yeah. So you're like Sanford and Son. A lot of junk. Anyway, it's good that guy finally called you. I thought you were not going to hear from him anymore since he said don't contact don't contact him anymore. No, he probably maybe he misses you. He probably said, "Oh my goodness, I miss I missed her." That's probably what it is. Because where he lives down in Baltimore, there are a lot of women over there. He's the me woman over there. I guess with you it's kind of maybe exotic. That's probably what it is. He probably said, you know what, this is an exotic looking woman, so that's probably why he put up with you. Then the woman that he lives around the way he goes around and so forth. Nothing exotic about them. Well, I better go have my dinner. It's dinner time now. I'm sure you finished your dinner by now, right?
All right, talk to you later. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll work
I
you.
hear you talking, but I can't hear you.
I said I'll talk to you tomorrow. Honey, good night.
I can't hear you.
I say, honey, good night. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll be working tomorrow?
Yep, so.
Yeah. How about the new year? You working New Year?
New Year I got off.
Oh, New Year you off?
Yeah, tomorrow I'm working. Tomorrow I have to work, but New Year they close everything. So.
Yeah. I'll be off New Year too.
Oh, nice. So we can talk tomorrow and have some wine together in sky.
Yeah. I got some Bacardi. You know Bacardi?
Yeah,
Yeah, I got some Bacardi here.
I might come visit you after New
I
Year.
got some Bacardi to celebrate because I need to have like a drink.
Hmm. I
Yeah.
pick up some drink tomorrow at my work.
You pick up some what?
I'm gonna pick some drink tomorrow for my work.
Some drink.
Yeah, maybe some wine. Yeah.
Oh, they sell wine there, but they don't sell the hard liquor, right?
No, they do.
All right. I don't usually drink, but like around this time of the year, usually I get something to drink. Like
Yeah.
last year, I got something to drink. I think I got maybe like some vodka or something mixed with orange juice. Yeah, you know, you drink that, all the stresses of life, you just drink. I don't want to like be like some people drinking like every week they're drinking. I was never like that because you know drinking costs a lot of money anyway. If you get in a habit like that, like smoking, and so you have a little drink around this time of year, that's fine with me. Than to be drinking all during the year. I'm not like that. So I have my Bacardi, a big bottle of Bacardi. Yeah. if you were here, of course, you would have been able to drink some Bacardi, but not. And I have orange juice too. I got a good bit of orange juice to mix with it, with the Bacardi. You had Bacardi before, right? Bacardi Gold. Yeah,
Yeah.
gold. That big bottle. Yeah. Yeah. So,
How come how come it's like I haven't had sex for almost like a month or after 1 month and a half or 2 months or is I starting having sex again then I'm bleeding. What is that supposed to do? Like if I have like I don't have sex for 1 month or 2 months or 3 months again, and I started have sex like maybe if I have sex with Kevin again, I'm bleeding again like that. What is that normal?
well, that probably has to do with with impact, vibration, stuff like that. I think that happens with some people. That
Like
causes that. That
yeah,
causes that.
yeah, like I don't have sex for 1 month or 2 months now. Um, And if me and Kevin starting having sex again, then for example, if I'm not Kevin and I will not have sex for almost 2 months now, okay? Oh, 1 month and a half now, Thanksgiving. So I haven't had sex now. And if I don't have sex for a while, it's happened a lot, like not just to me, but and if I started having sex with not Kevin no more, if I started having sex with different partner later, for maybe a year, 3 to 4 months in a row again, I started having sex with new partner, I started bleeding again. It's Kevin, I'm bleeding a lot too. When first time I be with him, after that it's not bleeding no more.
Yeah, well, that says something about him. I mean, that says something that whatever he has is gigantic, and that's probably what that is.
Yeah.
Gigantic.
So I met this guy I met this guy in Tinder. I seen him for almost like 1 month and a half. I haven't talked to him. I met him. I went out with him 2 nights. We not do anything. First day I'm not kissing him. We not doing anything. He took me to Bengal. And last night he stopped by at my work. At my work I saw he's a white man. Um, he's 41. Yeah, I think he's 41. So he stopped by my work. He text me. I never text him back. So he just kissed, so he stopped by my work and buy new food out there, seafood. I work in seafood. He stopped by there. I've been calling you in this station when you not pick up the phone. I say, oh yeah, I'm busy. I haven't get back to no one. I just don't talk no more. So he live in Bengal. It's not far away from Bengal, outside Bengal. I think he live with Bua, yeah. So he married 22 kids, but all go up now. He did work before. He working with new in nature, like a nature, like do a nature line stuff like that.
So obviously you haven't learned your lesson, right? You're still back on Tinder.
Yeah, I meet him in Panda.
So you haven't learned your lesson. You're hard headed. You're
So
hard headed, and
I met him through the tender, and we he come over to last night say hi, and he stopped by my place, and I did not do
you
nothing with
you
him.
just you just met a man, and the guy's already stopped by your place. Wow, that's something, right? You just met
No,
this man. You don't even know who he is. You don't even like there's this show that comes on in Channel
no.
2 where
He
you see
he
some real
no,
crazy
he dropped
stuff,
me
like
off,
some of these people who go on
and
these websites, these romance website. There's a
and
lot of stuff going on there, like
yeah, and
income
he
addiction.
he's
It's
no, I mean he stopped by my place in my work. She stopped by at my place at my work, and so my boss, supervisor, said, "Who's that?"
So
It's you.
why you gonna have a man who you barely know stopping by your place where you work, you know?
And he
That's
stopped
why
by.
you get fired because something goes wrong. Guy can show up there and make a scene. If he shows up at your house, it's different, you know. But he shows up at your job. Let's say something goes wrong, you know. He makes a scene. You get fired. That's how it works, you know. You get fired. That's it. I think what it is that you don't really have the capacity to learn a lesson, you know. You can't really learn a lesson. And the only way, sorry to say, the only way you will learn a lesson is when you're dead. You know, that's about it.
No,
And
I know
someone
my license, but I did not know that he
someone
stopped by
might
my
wake
work.
you up from the dead and say, you know what, you're dead. But you know what? This is what happened to you, and now you're dead. And that's how you will learn. And then say, okay, now you know, go back, you're dead. That's it.
When he need to go shopping at my work, he go street. He live in it's not far for elsewhere. He come in shopping sometime.
But the thing is, you just had a man who told you just recently, don't call him anymore. He blocked you on Facebook. You know, some man, you know, you went down to his house in Baltimore, going out with him seriously, and already, you know, you back on Tinder, and you already hooked up with another man. Something really seriously wrong with you.
No,
You know,
I talked to this guy for a while now. That's the guy I saw you tender.
what it is, you really don't have any any like you're not really a committed person, because like she like I remember the old days, like when some girls would break up, they would cry. They would cry. Look, um, years ago, right back, I think in maybe around 2003 or so forth, there was a girl I knew, right, met me online, but I didn't meet her in person. She was from Texas, a young girl, and she liked me a lot. Used to chat with me. She had all her friends chatting with me and so forth, right? And then like it reached a point, because she was young. It was time for me to move on. I was traveling, I was going places and so forth. And then that girl cried. She cried a lot. She cried a lot, and this is no joke. She cried, and you know what? You know how I know it's real? Her boyfriend. She got a new boyfriend, and the new boyfriend, he wrote me. He wrote me. He sent me an email, and he told me he's the boyfriend of her name is Jennifer, right? And he said, look, I don't know what it is, but Jennifer, she keeps crying all the time, and it's over you. Imagine that. Over me. She said she keeps crying all the time. She doesn't eat and so forth. And please, can you write something? Can you write something back?
Then you're probably the type of person who has this
Really,
entrepreneurial drive.
and she
The ability to
can
work
move on because she keeps crying, and all she's thinking about is you and so forth. So
on
here is this girl's boyfriend, right? Me, telling me, that his new girlfriend is crying, and she keeps thinking about me. You see, so that's a real relationship, whereby a girl feels committed. She feels she's in love with somebody. And even though I never met her in person, I'm just telling you the story of how real something is. You are nothing like that. You know? You are nothing like that. You come close to like a turtle, like a turtle that lays its eggs.
pop up over and over about
Digs buries its eggs.
someone who doesn't
Probably
want us. We want someone
is
who
there.
is good
I
for us.
don't have to worry about the
It goes
young
both
that's
ways,
going
men
on.
and women. So
You
you
don't
kind of
feel
like
it, you know. you can have a relationship and you just move on like the turtle move on into the sea. And I say, yeah, I put my eggs
Yeah,
into the
good
sand.
night. Gotta
I
go.
I dig into the sand. My eggs are covered up. My young ones are gonna be born, and I don't give a damn about them. They're gonna
You
find
had
their
a
way
good
into the sea.
night.
You know, instinct.
You had a
I
good night,
say,
Wayne. Go
you
eat
you
them.
you're more like an animal, not a human.